What's going on, guys? Briar Rabbit here. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Plantronics Rig 800 HD. Plantronics was nice enough to send me one of these in the mail for an unboxing. So we're going to be taking a look at them, do a brief review of them as well. These things retail for about $130 to $150 online. I'll put a link down in the description so you can take a look at them for yourself. But why don't we take a closer look at these things? So, one of the cool things about these is they are Dolby Atmos compatible, and there's actually an activation code included. So, I don't know anything about Dolby Atmos as far as the activation code. Usually when I plug a pair of headphones in, I just expect them to work, whether it's stereo or surround sound. So apparently with Dolby Atmos, you need an activation code, and that's included in the box. So, I suppose that's an extra value. It claims to have an ultra-light frame configured for the perfect fit, self-adjusting headband, a noise-canceling boom mic flips up to mute, which is a nice feature. If somebody walks into the room or if a dog starts barking, you can easily mute it without fumbling for a switch or a button on the cable. Isolating ear cups block noise and keep you focused. Set the perfect balance of game sound and team chat so you can actually select the mix between your game sound and your chat volume, which is always a nice one, nice feature. Power on and off in pair. I guess that's a nice feature for a wireless headphone. Rotary master volume control, micro USB charge connector. Select between pure, intensify, seismic, vocal, focus, EQ modes. So it does have an EQ in it. And a wireless base for PC, desktops, and laptops, and it's a USB connection. It also kind of shows a kind of frequency response chart on the bottom. So we're going to take a look at these things. Let's open them up, see what's inside. All right, so that is the inside of the box. Let's see what we got here. Wow, the headphones are nice and light. They're relatively attractive, too. There's a bit of gold on them, but they're not overly styled. Like, they don't look crazy, like, gamery style. The mic kind of just swings up and down. That's pretty nice. Let's see what we got. All right, so we got a volume rocker here. This would be for... Oh, this is the mix between your game volume and your chat volume. We got... I suppose pairing mode, power mode. Maybe this is the power switch. A volume knob here. USB charger. Is there any other inputs on here? And this would probably be your EQ modes here. Let's see what else is in the box here. This is the USB dongle. Kind of interested to see if this has an auxiliary input on it. So it's just a little USB dongle. Probably want to put this up on your desk, someplace with relatively direct line of sight to the headset, so it doesn't get the radio waves don't get blocked. Looks like it's got a pairing button. Oh, now that's interesting. It's got an optical. I would assume that's an input. So theoretically, your game sound could come in through the optical input, and your chat sound could come through the USB. Or vice versa. That must be how it has two different channels that it can adjust the volume independently on. So that'll be interesting to check out. It'll also be interesting to check out the actual mic quality. Let's see what else is in this box here. Looks like we got a micro USB charger. This is probably the activation code for Dolby Atmos. Let's see here. Regulatory compliance. Quick start guide. Okay, here we go. What do we got on here? 1, fit and adjustment. Oh, okay. So, oh, look at this. Okay, this is cool. So the thing has 3 different places that you can put the ear cup so you can adjust it for the size of your head. Since I am a large meloned individual, or so my phrenologist says. Go to the maximum setting right off the bat. It's got the charger. It shows you how to hook it up to your PC. Optical optical cable not provided. So if you want to be able to independently control your game sound and your chat volume, then you are going to have to provide your own optical cable and the power switch, okay? It's on the back. This shows you that if you move your mic up to the top, it does in fact mute it. Got the EQ settings here and a volume rocker. Okay, interesting enough. Warranty information for your safety. All right. So why don't we try this thing on, see how comfortable it is. All right, so we're going to test fit this thing. I did put it already to the largest setting. I got to say, it's a very lightweight headphone. If you like to kind of have it around your neck, your headphones around your neck when they're not in use, these ear cups do not rotate, so you can't like lay them flat on your shoulders or something like that. So that could be taken into consideration. All right, let's put them on. Well, I got to say, that's pretty comfortable. Right away, that's pretty comfortable. There's very light pressure on my head. It does fit around my ears. It doesn't actually sit on top of my ears. So it's over the ear, not on the ear. And there's very little pressure at the top of my head because of that suspension system. It just feels like it's kind of lightly touching my head up at the top and around my ears. It's really, really comfortable, to be honest with you. And the mic flips down. Let's see, where's that mic actually sit? You can pretty much put that right next to your mouth. And then there's an audible click when you turn it on and off. When you can hear when it gets to the top, there's an audible click up there. That's nice. It is a really comfortable headset. So we'll be checking this thing out. I'm going to put some game time into this, see how it sounds, see how it performs, see what the mic sounds like, and I'll let you guys know what I think. This is a test of the Rig 800 HD microphone. So this is a wireless headset with a small microphone on it. It sounds it. You lose a bit of the bass in your voice. It does sound like, I don't know, like it's almost coming through like a radio or something, which it certainly is. It definitely isn't the worst wireless microphone I've ever heard. It's not the best either. It's certainly sufficient. It sounds clear. And it just loses a little bit of the tonality of someone's voice. You lose a little bit of the bass. It definitely sounds like a wireless microphone. I gotta say, it does work from far away. It's clear. It's easy to understand. And I really like this mute feature. If you push up on the microphone, and when you pull down on it again, it starts working right away. You also get an audible noise in the headset that alerts you to when it's been muted and when it is active. Next up, why don't we move on to the review portion of this video. The 800 HD, I'm actually relatively impressed with it. I'm actually very impressed with it. For a $150 headset, it's got a lot of nice features. Let's start with the comfort. This is a very comfortable headset, and comfort is big. If a headset isn't comfortable, it's not going to be useful because you're not going to want to wear it. Right? If it hurts your head when you wear it, you're not going to want to wear it, so it's a huge deal. This is a very comfortable headset. This elastic strap on the top puts very little pressure on the top of your head. You can hardly feel it there, and the clamping force just feels like it's the right amount of clamping force around your ears. The ear cups are big enough for my ears to fit in, so the ear pads don't actually sit on my ears. They sit around my ears, which is great. And the foam is soft enough that it suspends, or it feels comfortable, but not so soft that, you know, the inside of the ear cup is touching my ears. It's the right amount of soft. So when I put these on, after a few minutes, I almost forget they're there. And I listened to these with music for about 2 hours and gamed with them for probably another 2 hours. And over that 2 hours, I gotta say, they're one of the most comfortable headsets I've ever used. I also really like the way the mic functions. The way it swings down and swings up to mute itself is very convenient. It also has an audible beep when it is muted and then again when it's unmuted, which is very nice. The buttons and knobs on the back are also very well designed as well. Using it for chat, the knob that kind of adjusts how much chat and how much game volume you're hearing, it works very well. To turn the headset on, there's just a simple switch. You flip it up to turn it on, and then to pair it, you just hold that button a little further up, and you can actually hear it power on. It'll also tell you that the pairing is successful and tell you how much battery life the headset has left. The volume knob is very easy to find with your thumb or with your fingers, even the first time you use it. And what's nice about it is it actually is represented on your screen as well. It operates as a just standard Windows device, so there's no drivers to install or anything, and it controls your Windows volume, which is very useful, frankly. It's very easy to use. So I like that quite a bit. There's also a button down here for the EQ modes. For the most part, I just stayed on the standard EQ, and it sounded great. For $150 wireless, it sounded really good. I listened to music, I played some games, and overall, I just thought the sound out of these headphones is great. When you mess around with the EQ settings, you can set it to have like a ton of bass. So if you're like a super bass head, or you just want to have, for some reason, you just want to have like a ton of bass for a few minutes, this will do that. There is a ton of bass that is available to you if you switch this to one of the two bass-heavy EQ modes. But using just the standard pure EQ mode, it was still a little bass-heavy, but not so much that it was distracting. When you're playing something that has like a ton of bass, the mid-range can get a little bit muddy because it's just getting overpowered by bass. But for the most part, these things sounded great. They sounded both great for music. They sounded great for games. I was really impressed with the sound of them. For Dolby Atmos, I really didn't get a chance to test out the Dolby Atmos. I don't have any games that use it. I don't have any movies that use it. So I just didn't get a chance to test it. So I won't really comment on that. But as far as gaming in stereo mode and as far as listening to music in stereo mode, it sounded great. And I was really impressed with these. $150 headset. You could really go either way. The microphone quality, to me, I would like better microphone quality. I can definitely hear it when somebody's got a kind of crappier mic in Teams chat. I tend to turn that person down because it just gets grating over time. This certainly isn't the worst mic I've ever heard, not by a long shot, but it's not the best either. So I wouldn't mind if they could up the quality of the mic a little bit. I really like the way it's implemented. I just would like the sound quality out of the mic to be a little bit better. Honestly, I don't have a whole lot of complaints about it other than the mic quality. It's a little bit weird how the microphone, the ear cups kind of unsnap from the headband part, but I do like the adjustability that's available to you there. And because you have this elastic band here, you don't really miss having a slider. Although I will say that a couple of times while handling the headset, I did have them kind of pop out accidentally, which can be a little bit annoying, but really it wasn't a big deal. Also, one time I had an ear pad come off of the headphone itself. It's very easy to replace, but it was weird that it fell off when I didn't mean to take it off. It is nice that they're removable because you can wash them as well. So overall, I gotta say I'm pretty impressed with the Rig 800 HD. They did send me this unit for free for the purposes of this video. So I want to make that very clear. But they didn't tell me what to say. They didn't tell me what they didn't give me anything that I had to say about the headphone. And to be honest with you, I'm quite impressed with it. For a $150 wireless headphone, I think the quality is pretty good. It's lightweight, it's comfortable, it sounds good. The microphone could use some serious work, but I like the mechanism in which it is implemented, and I really like how comfortable this headset is. So that's going to do it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button if you like this video. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. View portion of this video, and I gotta... Weird. I'm not streaming, but somebody just followed. Anyhow.